Big jump, ready? Oh, major hit in the front. Today, RC drivers, we're hitting the skate park with the team associated Reflex 14 MT. This thing's about $260 with the battery and charger, and it's four-wheel drive, brushless. I've already been driving it. I took it on a trip with me to Florida, ran it on the beach, ran it in the parking lot at the place I was staying. Had so much fun with it. Can't wait to go over this truck with you. Here's the 14 MT out of the box. Few scratches on it from me already running it, but this thing looks really cool, right? They also have a green version. They have a version without the battery and charger, and just a heads up about the battery. It is kind of a specific battery to it, so that $260 deal, pretty good, although I wish the charger was a little bit better, but it gets the job done. But without the charger, this thing's like $216 you get the radio with it, all the electronics, and let's get into the truck itself. Just in case you haven't seen this before, this is based off the 14B buggy. It basically has the same chassis setup, suspension. What's different on it is they have these larger tires. Really like the look of these, kind of like their 10 scale, A scale truck. And then if you spin it around back here, they now have an adjustable wheelie bar on the back. This thing is really cool, and it helps out a lot because this thing's got a lot of power. I can't wait to show you that. Oil-filled shocks. Let's take the body off. There it is, composite oil-filled shocks. They're pretty plush from the factory. Adjustable turnbuckles, similar steering knuckles and C-hubs like we see on some of their 10-scale vehicles. And then back in the rear, just again, your H-arms, adjustable upper tie rods, oil-filled shocks, a little bit longer of a shock in the rear, and then hubs on the outside. And we got a bunch of adjustable points here to move your shocks around, your upper turnbuckles if you want to, but this thing's really a basher. It actually has 3 differentials in it, front, center, and rear. Was really psyched to see a center differential in this, full ball bearings, and then up front it's got universals. In the rear, dog bones. The chassis itself's composite. It's got a bunch of stiffeners, one in the rear. It's got the front that secures the bell cranks, even aluminum Ackerman bar on this. And finally, let's take a look at the electronics. So again, this thing is brushless. It's got a 4500 kV motor. It's got the SC300BL speed controller tucked in the side, high torque servo, and that does have a servo saver on it just to help protect it, which will be fine in the skate park here. And then again, that battery, you might have to get that separate depending on which model you get, which combo you get, I should say. And here is the XP120 radio system. All right, let's hit the park. So when I took this truck to Florida with me, I was really impressed with how fast it is. I mean, look at this thing. This is an absolute rocket for a 2S. .14 scale, and look at how this thing handles. This thing handles way better than anything else I've driven. I've had some FMS cars here. They work really well, but this one, I mean, this one just handles so good. Look at that. Easy to control, just soaks up the bumps. Oh man, that was cool. Even though I crashed, that was cool. It's almost like it was built for a skate park, a small skate park like this. Let's jump it. Yeah, look at it. Major air. Didn't even crash it there. Let's go over this tabletop. I know it gets air off this tabletop. Swing it back around. Look at that. Plenty of steering. Let's hit it again. Yeah. So easy to control. It just rips like no matter what I do. Love how this rips around the quarter bowl here. So much power. Big jump, ready? Oh, major hit in the front. I think it just took that hit. Let's just double check. Yeah, it took that hit. But it definitely has the top speed that you want. Look at that. Love coming down the side of this thing. Oh man, look at it. It just gathers itself back up. Yeah. All right, guys, we got to end this thing with something cool. I've always wanted to jump this thing out of the skate park, so let's do it up. I think we'll hit that ramp right there and go out of the park. I can't wait to do this. All right, roll this, get it nice and centered, and yeah. And I landed it. Yeah, all right, so I can bring it back. Uh-oh. It sounds like I killed the gears, though. Yeah, it didn't like that big of a jump. Oh, sounds crunchy. Back in the shop to do a damage report on the truck. Let me show you what I found. Took the gear cover off the truck, and just as I expected, we're missing a few teeth on the spur gear here, and looks like I got some sand in here as well. I did hear some grinding when I was at the beach, so it definitely got some sand in the spur. So what you're gonna wanna do, if you do get some sand in, you're gonna wanna take an X-Acto knife and just get that stuff out of the teeth. But it looks like it also chewed up my pinion, and looked up the parts. Looks like you have to get the whole gear set, which is actually only $7 in order to get that spur gear. And right now they're out of stock actually. So hopefully that comes in stock soon. And then the pinion gear, I think that was like $6 or something like that. So it's gonna take $13 to fix this. And this is kind of a common problem with these. If you start going some big air, from what I've read, a lot of people blow out the spur gear on it. And I think it's just because there's so much leverage on this motor. When you hit, it just kind of goes down here. Maybe you want to put a wedge underneath, some sort of foam spacer or something once that pinion and spur is set. The truck looks pretty good. Went over everything. No bent screws for the shocks, no broken arms or anything like that. Just a little bit of wear and tear on the back of the body. The rear quarters crinkled, so that's not too big of a deal. This thing is a lot of fun, though. I mean, you know, this is the one little issue you're gonna have to worry about, I think. The rest of the truck is fine. I had such an awesome time driving it. On my trip, you know, just stuffed it in my backpack and got it through TSA, no problem. I think it's just a great truck to bring anywhere with you, whether you're going away or you're just having fun at home with it. Definitely has some great performance. Really impressed with how it handles out of the box. And if you're into it, I'll have links in the video description below.